Are we using the last part of the footage too, or are we like completely starting over?
We can just start over.
Okay. All right. Iceman.
The
best race.
The best race.
It is the best.
The best. The GOAT.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Iceman for a second. Not that anybody needs to know about it that doesn't already know about it, because those who know are here, and those who know they need to come that have not come yet need to know they need to come.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, Iceman. All right. Northern Michigan, we are nice people. We do want you to come. We do want you to race. We want to see how you do.
Yeah.
Dillman, mountain bike next time. Otherwise, you can't talk about how you're going to win it before you get there. So, best of luck next time. All right, let's do this. So, Iceman 2025.
Yeah.
Since we live here in the area, Iceman is our Super Bowl. It's the end of our year, the end of our local year. How many Iceman have you competed in?
Oh man. Are we going on 8? We might
You're
be going
on
on 8. We may be going on 8. I don't know. 7 or 8.
Okay.
6 or 7. Anyways.
God, really? My kids are gonna hate me for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's probably 7 or 8. But I don't know.
It could be 6, 7.
It could be 6, 7.
Or 7 or 8.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, it was crazy. It's Iceman.
Yeah.
It's always crazy. Super high level of competition showed up this year. The Canadians dominated.
Yeah, they did. 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And Alexi was 5th. I mean, they came to play. So let's do this, because I know that a lot of people want to know about what this race means to you, what it means to pros, and what it looks like versus what we as wave people think of. Like, for just to start, I was wave 14, didn't have a great race, but don't really care. It's all good. Kyan here, well, we know what you got, but
also didn't have a great race. But
let's break it down in sections. So let's start airport to Sand Lakes maybe.
Yeah, I mean, so it was just chaotic from the gun. Iceman butchered the call-ups as usual. Horrible. There were Olympians, top World Cuppers, all sorts of high-level competition that did not get called up.
So who got called up? That
I got called up.
You got called up.
I think David got called up. All the Michiganders
don't get called up.
Yeah. I think a lot of the top Michiganders got called up, and that's about it. Brian got called up, Alexi, like previous winners. But there were a lot of missed call-ups as well. They have now missed national champions, Olympians.
Well, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and just say, hey, we didn't know that the Canadian Army for the Olympics were coming down until like a week before. Is that correct?
Yeah. We didn't know. The race organizers probably should have known. But that's, different story. It's just Iceman.
You know what? It's Iceman. 6,000 people.
Yeah.
And a lot of moving parts.
So it was crazy. That obviously did not slow them down. They were at the front within a half mile. So
where were you though? Like, where were you?
I had a good start. I was right where I wanted to be, off the front. And then as we got going, it was pretty tough, and I knew people were gonna sprint for the 2-track. So I got into the draft a little bit. Kind of got caught in the middle, which is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be along the side so I can kind of sprint out and get ahead. But I got caught, so it didn't really matter. I mean, it was only fast guys in front of me. No big deal.
Bottlenecking.
Yeah, I mean, less bottlenecking. But yeah, I mean, we got on the single track. It was
what position were you into the first single track?
I don't know, probably in 9th, maybe 8th or 9th.
Okay.
Just mainly trying to get ahead of the guys on gravel bikes, which we obviously knew was a bad idea from the start. But
to ride a gravel bike?
Yeah, just like drop bars in this course, like especially this year. I think some years for sure. it would be a faster bike, but this year I don't think it was.
With the added single track?
Yeah, just with the new sections. With the.
Speaking of which, like, what did you think about Sauzier?
I love it. I absolutely love that section. Super fun. Very well built. I do think they could have maybe trimmed the branches along the sides a little bit better.
Yeah, I would agree.
For a pro race, but yeah, it was good. It's a great section of trail. I think it adds a good element to the race. But yeah, it was fun. We went pretty quick through there, and then kind of sat up a little bit on the gravel road. What road was that?
That was that's Sand Lake Road.
No, the one we ride on.
Road?
Maybe. Well, the one where we passed the oil rig. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's always crazy there. Like, it always sits up and then people attack before the single track. So, yeah, super big bummer, because I think Tyler Orschel, who is, I think, definitely one of the main contenders for the win.
Sure. And you mentioned that on Friday night too.
Yeah, as it was bottlenecking, his like wheel like hit my pedal and broke some of his spokes. So we all just kind of got funneled together, and then his wheel pretty much collided with my foot and the buckle on my shoe.
Did you break it?
Yeah, he broke some spokes, and it
did he break your shoe though? Like,
no, my shoe was fine actually, which is crazy. I was very lucky. Because it could have just ripped off the dial. But I mean, it's just part of racing. Stuff happens.
No, it reminds me of a quick aside from my brother. He went out really hard one day at Order Shore, and he tried to split a gap, and two guys converged on him, and he knocked him over. He cracked his helmet, broke his shoe.
Classic.
So yeah, classic racing. So back to the race.
Yeah, no, that's a good story.
Shout out to ACJ.
So yeah, I mean, I felt bad for him. At that point, there's like really nothing you can do. He was riding it. He tried to ride it out. He did really well with his wheel just going like this. But yeah, eventually, I think he just had to pull out. I think he pulled out of the race. I don't remember if he finished or not. But yeah, not at that point. His race was over. So it's super big bummer. But yeah, I mean, it stayed on the gas. Not much.
I mean, when you're racing that, and you're top 10, and you guys are you're moving. I mean, you're averaging 19 to 22 miles an hour. At the end of the race, you're averaging roughly near 20 overall. So where are the gains made? Like is it just constantly like 20 miles an hour? Constant. It doesn't matter if it's single track, doesn't matter if it's double track.
Well, not in the single. Like, obviously, there's a max speed in the single track.
Right. And Sauzier, I remember, was pretty slow.
Yeah, I don't know what we averaged through there, but it was
13, 14.
I'd have to guess. Like probably around 13 or 14. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the average speed comes from the 25K, just being huge. Like, we're going really, really fast, like to the point where you have to brake in the corners on the 25K. And yeah, I mean, it was crazy. We got a couple of us got caught behind a gravel rider for a bit, and started to fade. We couldn't get by, and then we so Alexi and I kind of were we basically formed a chase group, and then we had to pull everybody back to the front, 4 or 5, I think, Canadians off the front, and so Alexi and I were working together. Nobody else was really working.
Did you and Alexi trade?
Yeah, we were working
you were
together.
like literally actually working like you should be working together.
Yeah, we were. Other people weren't so good, but I think the pace is just so high. I think other people were just cracking anyways. But it was good. And then so we were almost bridged back the whole 25K. We were just pulling full gas, like as hard as we could go, and to get back to the Canadian guys. And we were almost there, and I was leading through the single track and got a pedal strike, went over the bars, straight onto my neck, and got a concussion. So bummer. But
everybody was asking, like, well, where's Kyan? Why is Kyan not in the front group? And I'm like, I mean, it was like something had to happen.
Yeah,
I was like,
if I'm
something
being
happened.
honest,
Yeah,
like, I don't know, my legs weren't. They definitely didn't feel like Chiquamigan on the day. So I don't know. I think I would have been in contention for the podium. I don't know if like the win was was in the picture, but I don't know how, like, you never know until the end. Really, it's Iceman. So, but yeah, I mean, we were almost to the front group. Went over the bars, and then I got up as fast as I could to keep going and hopped on the bike, and my bars were like completely twisted. So I had to get back off, straighten them, and at that point, I mean, this is a matter of seconds, but when you're going that fast, like they're already completely out of sight. Didn't see him for the rest of the race.
No,
so,
and they had such a gap too, because I mean, at that point, we're on the side of Icebreaker, and I'm hanging out with the fam and all the friends, my brother, and we're part of the group that, brings a keg to Icebreaker, hangs out, enjoys it, and we're always looking forward to seeing, the lead motos. Shout out Robbie, lead moto Robbie.
Robbie.
And like
He's
that's
the
one of the most he's amazing. Anyways, so we were always looking forward to lead moto coming up because everybody on Icebreaker Hill, and I mean screams, like it just goes like it elevates. And this year was a little different too because like they didn't finish on Icebreaker Hill, which okay, well, whatever. I mean, some years we do, some years we don't.
It was a great finish, by the way. I love the finish this year.
No, the finish was really fun.
Yeah.
I know when I made my pre-ride videos that everybody watched, like the final single track that darted down the bottom of wood chip, it was nasty.
Oh,
it
was crazy. No. Yeah. But on race day, it was great.
But it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And that was fast, and that was super fun. So the one thing I want to go back to is where you pedal strike, where that single track was. I think in the overarching aspect of this year's Iceman course, that was a section that I felt didn't need to exist. Yeah, I felt it was relatively like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, it was like, okay, yeah, more single track, great, but it was like, okay, well, you're on the 25K.
Yeah,
you go into single track, you jump you right out of the 25K. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I think.
Why then? You know what I mean? Because like at that point, you're starting to do all your climbing, and that's where people are making all those moves. And and I feel like I clipped my pedal there several times, and knowing that you're going 18 to 20 miles an hour through there, you full on ejected.
Yeah.
Like how far did you land from the bike?
It was more the kind of crash where you're not in the air for long. I like pretty much rotated over the front wheel and went straight. All that momentum went into my body instead of sliding across the ground, which that's just kind of how it ended up being such a hard crash. But yeah, I think that single track section didn't bother me as much, just because it's so short.
Fair.
I think it's fun. It mixes it up a little bit, especially since it's 2-track for the next like how many miles, and there's really no climbs to mix it up either. So I feel like if that wasn't there, it might convince people to sit up a little bit more. Whereas get that single track there gives more people a chance to escape, like another opportunity. But at the same time, I do wish there were more climbs to do that instead of single track. I think taking out all the climbs.
So taking out Anita's is a bad move.
Yeah, I mean they took out so many climbs.
Anita's is like almost a badge of courage.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like, I mean, there's whiskey and beer and bacon and people at the top of Anita's if you're just trying to finish the race.
Yeah, I think at some point like it's supposed to be the Iceman Commonwealth Challenge, not the Iceman Commonwealth Ride, and like if you're gonna take out all the climbing from a race, which for me, less climbing is probably better. I'm a bigger guy.
Yeah,
but I think it's just like why just take them all out? I think there's nothing to cause that. Then the only
you
thing
can just walk them if you need to. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And the only thing causing separation at that point is the single track, and I don't think the single track kind of causes. I'm not gonna say unfair separation, but funneling people going 25 miles an hour into a single file line is just like I think just it's more of a risk, whereas on climbs you have room to like get around people and stuff. I think the single track's good, but I think there needs to be more of a balance between like single track climbing, flat sections. Like it's all cool, but I think they're still trying to find that balance, and I think this year there just weren't enough sections to cause the fitness separation.
Yeah, and I have to. I'm gonna cycle back on that too, like a little bit more. Whereas, obviously for somebody like you who's vying for an ice trophy, year after year, versus a guy like me who's coming from wave 14 who wants to maybe make wave 10 next year. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have people that are all the way back down to wave 50, and they're doing this because that's the Super Bowl for everybody, the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I think, they do their best to make it fair. There's only two things that I really didn't enjoy about the track this year. It was the one you crashed in, and then climbing up the flyover was a drag.
Dude, that was this year especially because you had no speed going into it. Was crazy. Yeah,
I was like, I love to try to fly that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a flyover.
That was a hard climb too. Like,
so Iceman organizers, you heard it here first from Hayden and from Kyan.
I don't know if they've
mandatory
heard it here first.
mandatory 20-foot gap jump.
There you go
for the finish.
Actually, they.
And if you go around it, you lose 5 minutes.
Got A lines and B lines, and a dual slalom in the finish. That's actually 100%. My idea.
And if you take the C line, you add 5 minutes to your time overall, and you immediately start over in wave 49. I'm just saying, let's put some skin in the game.
Yeah, there you go.
So, funny story, my very first race, it was Mud, Sweat, and Beers 2021, because the 2020 was COVID.
Yeah.
And I did the chicken lap, because it was my first race of all time, and I was like, I'm not going through that puddle. I made the mistake. I went through the chicken, and the whole crowd was like, "Oh,
yeah. Suck. Oh, you get hammered.
I learned that day. I learned that day.
Yeah.
So Iceman comes through. Obviously, you're not super stoked about the result. Obviously, nobody wants to crash.
Yeah.
Do you think it was really more or less just because the Canadians came to play, and it was just that was their game?
I think I crashed because at the end of the day, I made the decision to pedal around a corner on a trail. I have ridden a ton of times and have gotten away with that.
Can attest.
But I think that just at that speed, it's different. And yeah, I mean, I made the wrong decision. It's just racing. Like, you crash, can't blame the trail, you can't blame the conditions.
You're 23, and so your best finish to date is third place.
Yeah.
Okay. So close.
Yeah.
And, Iceman is one of those things where if you know, you know. And if you're local, that's got to be something that you're really hungry for.
Yeah.
Like, does that still hold its candle in your heart as the number one race, or now that you're in the Lifetime, does that change things?
It does, yeah. In my heart, I think it will always be the number one race, which has been a blessing, also has been a curse. Like, I get a little too nervous for it. And yeah, it's just like, I think just the vibes around the race and being able to be there, and I want to perform well in front of the people who've helped me get to this point. I think that's why it matters to me so much, is just to.
But do you think maybe that's an expectation that's a little bit too lofty? That maybe
you can't
trust in self, really.
Yeah, it's Iceman. You just can't expect to. It's not a race that's worth showing up at your best fitness for, I think. At least for me, when I have to choose 2 races a year to be at my best form. I think Iceman's just not a good race for that, because there's too many things that could go wrong in an hour and a half, especially with just how the race is, the format of the race. There's just too many things that could happen.
Yeah.
In crashing, for example, I could crash in Big Sugar and come back from that, like a light crash. But I couldn't crash in Iceman and come back from that.
Just because of how fast it really is. Being a mountain bike sprint, as Alexi called it.
Yeah.
It's just full gas from the get-go.
Yeah.
At what point in the pro field in Iceman do you guys all start to look around and be like, I don't know why I feel so crappy, but I feel really crappy right now, and I haven't climbed anything other than make it stick.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't think anyone's questioning why. I think it's
because it's full gas. But what I'm saying is,
sprinting.
where does that happen?
Where does that happen?
Yeah. For you guys.
Probably in the 25K is the only time you have the chance to even look around a little bit.
No, I mean, think your body starting to feel.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the 25K.
Probably. Is it climb, Iceman, the Ice Crusher?
No, it's way before that. Yeah. Okay. If the race is decided on the icebreaker, then there's been some negative racing, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, squirrel.
No.
I do want to ask you about this, because I've been wanting to ask you about this. One of the moves that you put on Icebreaker, not this year but the year before, where you had Kiss tires, I think, with Alexi and the single track. And you came out and you put on one of the most Herculean efforts up Icebreaker I've ever seen. Like, I mean, you came around, carry everybody, like around. It was like it wasn't. You stood up and you went around him. I was sitting there, had front row seat, have it on video, just from my phone, just watching you come up. Yeah. Did you ever look at what that raw power was from that one climb?
Dude, I didn't have a power meter, and I wanted one. I wanted one, but yeah, I didn't have
that breaks my heart. It was such an effort. And then obviously you come around the corner, pop, chain snaps.
Yep.
And then from Carrie's video, you can hear just like no, and I could like literally my heart broke for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your heart broke even worse. Yeah. But then you run it, and you come in at like 7th place.
Yeah.
After running around the track up through,
it was a long run.
Yeah, I get it. You were just cruising, man. So, any chance you're gonna do the Margie Gessick run?
Oh man, no way. Yeah, I would love to, but it's scheduled and like it's a hard race. Like
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, that's it.
They haven't convinced me to do it yet either.
I really do want to do that race though.
Do you?
Yeah, but it's just
maybe
not
one day when
I retire.
You're not racing the pro circuit.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that's it. I mean, like the motivation, obviously to keep going. Where do you drive that motivation inside of like those moments of sort of like cycling tragedy in a way?
Yeah, I mean that always hurts, but I think the hunger for when it does happen. I think that's what drives me.
Do you use that as extra motivation to drive towards the next year?
Yeah. This year, I can say this for all the past years, but like all I think about is Iceman, and I think that's something that's going to change this year. Like it's not, I need to work on it because it's not worth putting that much of my emotional energy towards Iceman.
Okay.
Because I've really, really wanted it, but now I feel like just with being in the Grand Prix, it gives me a lot of other races that I can really care about, and like I don't know.
I think maybe I think a lot of us, at least Michiganders, Northern Michigan. I know is Northern Michigan, obviously, but this is just this is the end. You know what I mean? Before ski season happens, before cross country skiing happens, before off season, before fat bike season, whatever you want to call it. But this is always like the end of the season, Super Bowl. So we always have a tendency to put so much value into this one particular race. But I mean, for somebody like yourself who's now a career cyclist, career mountain biker, career gravel, lifetime Grand Prix, multiple accolades, top 2 at Schwarm, constantly improving, constantly growing, constantly shedding thoughts of things that you couldn't do in the past. It's time for you to move up. You know what I mean? And just not up, so to speak, but just put a little less weight on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways, if you put a little less stress, a little less of that on it, I think you can let the karma maybe come back to you in a strange way. Maybe that sounds dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's and maybe it's your faith too, and maybe that's like your resilience and your strength to get through hard times and look forward to the next thing. So
for sure.
You're a humble athlete.
Thanks.
You're very, very humble. Oh, you're good, man. No problem, Kyle. You're a humble athlete. One of my favorite times was when I was riding with a group of dudes doing a pre-ride. We were doing part 1. We were doing an out and back, and you're doing a zone 2 down Sand Lakes Road, and I'm hanging out with my brother and a bunch of friends, and you came around and you just tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" "I'm good." I'm like, "How you doing?" He's like, "I'm good, just chilling, just doing zone 2." And then I watch you go, whee, and then we get to the top of the climb, and they're already gone. Zone 2 for pros is not zone 2 for anybody in waves, guys. And if you guys are going to be fighting for wave 1 and anything in Iceman, there is an afternoon wave. Okay? So Iceman, another question, because I know people are wanting to know this. What tire pressure did you run?
I think this year was 17 in the rear and 16. No, you've never ridden those tires. You can't judge the tire pressure. He's going off of 2.4s and what they feel like.
Well,
I know
right.
These
you're riding 2.4s. Aspen STs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aspen STs. If I could go back, I would choose a regular Aspen in the front, maybe even in the rear, because I don't feel like it matters that much. Rolling resistance wise, it's like a few watts, and I just, at the speeds we were going, it was just so insane. It would have been better to have a little more grip in the corners, even with Hero Dirt. I still was
champagne dirt.
Yeah, champagne dirt. I was still wishing I had a little more grip. I didn't ever like slide out or anything, but I could have used more grip, and I think been more efficient with more grip.
What are your?
But it was 16, 17. Sorry, those are mine.